Hey guys, and welcome. This is gonna be a different type of video. Well, I guess I can't really say that. I've done this type of rant video before, and for this rant, I just want to talk about Miraculous Ladybug. There will be 2 episodes coming out soon. One about season 5, season finale, since I have yet to talk about that, and that's been out for a while now. Really late, but I'll get there eventually. And the other thing I want to talk about, the more recent one, the Miraculous Ladybug movie, which came out on Netflix. As the time of this recording yesterday, came on 20th, it was Friday. I'm recording this on Saturday, the 29th, because I've been busy. Anyways, hot take. I don't think it was good. If I'm being completely honest here, yes, objectively, it's a good movie. But I guess in terms of my expectations, other than animation, beautiful, absolutely. In terms of how I thought the story was gonna go, I think it went pretty poorly. Not only in a lot of the characters are very different from what they are shown in the animation and in the animated series. First of all, Marinette, I actually do like. There's only a few. A lot of the characters I actually do like more. The main characters specifically, I like Master Fu more, kinda, in a different way. I'll go about that later. I like Marinette more because instead of being obsessive, clumsy, misfortune, disaster, she is just a disaster. And you actually see how her character changes as she goes through the movie. And I think that's pretty amazing. Like I said, objectively the movie was fine. In my standards of if they're taking the name of Miraculous, you know how the show already established itself, I think it's kind of a letdown. Anyways, there's Adrian, who I love, by the way. In this movie, he's not a clueless idiot who does whatever his father says. He actually has a personality. He's depressed. I love that about him too. He's lonely. He's depressed. He literally only wants company and never gets it until the very end, which I think was cute. And then, last character I really liked a lot, hot take, Gabriel Agreste. You physically see him, over time, over the course of the movie, you see him breaking down mentally. He was well put together, but when he starts to use the Butterfly Miraculous, he doesn't go insane, but he lets himself go. His hair used to be nice and kept, and his clothes used to be nice and clean. By the end of the movie, he's literally hair down in a mess, clothes wrinkled and not well put together. He has stubs growing from his face. It shows he is mentally stressed, and this obsession to get his wife back is actually taking a toll on him physically, and I love that about the movie. Now let's talk about Wong Fu, because this is also going to be transitioning into the start of the movie itself. So it starts off with Wong Fu being telling us about the jewels, the Miraculous. So we all know Wong Fu as the Guardian. He is the guy. He's very intelligent. He picks his users almost always accurately. The one mistake he had was with Lila. And, well, he's just he was the guy that Marinette went to whenever she needed help because he was the Guardian. And all the Kwamis listened to him because he was the Guardian. In this movie, they kind of took that character and threw it all away. He is perceived as a crazy individual. He's accident prone, as he is obsessed with the Miraculous in a way that's different from Gabriel Agreste. He's a Guardian. He has them. But when they leave to find owners, he follows them, having no control over them, and gets almost into an accident when that's how he meets Marinette. I want to point this out because the Kwamis, both Tiki, Nuru, and Plague, all got into huge personality switches, which I absolutely hated. Except for Nuru. I like Nuru, actually. Nuru, instead of being the shriveled up little coward who literally is a slave and gets bullied and pushed around 24/7 wherever he goes, whoever his owner is, he is now instead this being who warns the user that, hey, if you use me, you will like lose everything. And I think that's the only personality switch of the Kwamis I liked. Because let's go on the flip side. Plague. I understand Plague's a jokester. I like that he's nonchalant. He doesn't really care about anything. But he does do the right things. And I think that's great. Now, in the movie, though, he's disgusting. Every time he moves, he literally farts. Which, okay, I understand from like a writing perspective. Haha, look, he's funny, he farts everywhere. No. Stop. Who thought that was a good idea? He's the Kwami of destruction, not the Kwami of whatever that is, disgust. And I really hated that. Not only that, Tiki went from very calm, collected, caring, and essentially was guiding Marinette. Switched completely, I guess not completely, but she switched in a way where she's impatient. She gets straight to the point without explaining much in general. She doesn't really, I guess, she's not an emotional support for Marinette. Instead of like telling the show how it first started, Tiki kept telling her like, hey, you are going to be a great guardian. You just have to believe in yourself. She does do that, but in a way like this. You have to give yourself a chance, and if you don't, you will regret it, essentially. Those are not her exact words, but I guess the way that Tiki phrased it to Marinette in the movie was really bad. And I understand, like, she kept going on and on about, like, you are the chosen one, you have to believe in yourself. She kept saying it in a way that didn't feel okay. And I didn't like that. I'm not sure if anyone else. Also, part of the movie, there were four songs that broke out during the movie. One where Marinette was on her way to school and it was a living disaster. Second one was when she and Tiki transformed into Ladybug for the first time. Third one, when Cat Noir starts singing. I hated that scene so much because I was thinking to myself, wow, I like Adrien as a character. Wow, as Cat Noir, he is cocky and annoying, but like in a good kind of way. And then he starts singing, and then I instantly felt really bad because I was like, damn, I now hate this character. And last but not least, Gabriel Agreste, who when he transforms also starts singing, and I don't know how, but like, he literally, in his singing transition, goes to a prison and akumatizes two people. I don't know how he does that, but he does that. How he has access to a prison, I don't even know. It's not really explained. He just kind of wandered there. And the prisons were really... I'm not sure what type of prisons Paris has. Maybe they still have this, but I don't think people are kept... Okay, maybe I should fact check this before I say it, but like... I guess... It's more like, how did he get there? Because they were kind of locked underground through a passageway that he just kind of stumbled upon while dancing and singing. And I gotta say, I really hated the musical bits. I don't mind that they incorporated songs. No, I definitely do mind that. That's literally the thing that I was annoyed about. I don't... Because even though it's a movie, I don't think you're required to have a musical song to it. I guess the songs overall were good. But in terms of like actual story, I guess like I'm huge on story, and that's why I guess that didn't make sense. And spoiler alert, this whole video is a spoiler alert. If you guys didn't watch this movie already, go watch it, please. Great movie. I'm just gonna put in the title spoiler alert warning. Watch the movie first before watching this. Anyways, you know, I'm saying this 9 minutes and 45 seconds in, but you know, it's whatever. Spoiler alert, ha 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 ha. The movie is an alternate universe. It takes place completely separately from the one that we know in the animated show. It's essentially answering the question of, what if Gabriel Agreste was a human? That's awfully put. But essentially this is what it is. Because after they transform, they defeat villains, they become like, hey, we are superheroes of Paris, blah blah blah. And then Hawkmoth went and goes and pulls the, hey, I'm done with this, and then enacts his final plan. Akumatizes himself, and then completely wreaks havoc, destroys all of Paris. He takes the charms of Marinette, right? He gets them. Tosses Marinette aside. How she lives, I don't know. And then Cat Noir, trying his best to, like, stop him, smacks the shit out of him. Good job for him. Love that. And then what happens next? The darkest scene that I probably that Miraculous has, in terms of like animation wise. Yeah, I guess Marinette, like as a statue crumbling away, is pretty dark too in Count Blanc. But in this scene, Cat Noir was literally being physically abused and tortured, while Marinette sitting there like thinking to herself, I don't have Tiki, I didn't transform, I'm useless. Only for her to finally help, saves Cat Noir, quote unquote, only for her to be tossed aside again. Cat Noir, whose mask is literally, he was abused to the point where his mask broke. His magical mask was breaking away. His suit was torn apart. Only for Hawkmoth, who's Gabriel Agreste, who is, Adrian's father, sees him and is like, oh shit, Cat Noir is Adrian. And instead of, taking the Miraculous and making his wish, he lets go. He completely stops, detransforms, and then he has a heart-to-heart with Adrian. And I think that's a beautiful ending. Like, that's what I'm saying. This movie is a what if Gabriel had a heart. Because, I didn't say this before, but the whole plot of the story is completely different from, I wouldn't say completely, but like, the dynamics of characters are different. Where instead of Adrian, who is always trying to please his father, doing whatever his father says, in this version of him, he's more or less ignoring his family because his father doesn't care about him. So he then doesn't care about him as well. But in the movie, Gabriel is going to grief and does whatever he can he's too fixated on Emily and ignores Adrian. Well, Adrian sees this and it starts to ignore his father instead of trying to help his father out like in the show. So, Adrian, the majority of the show is just depressed and lonely. Until like Marinette and them start seeing each other, blah blah blah. Like that was really sweet. I'm kind of skipping over it because I don't want to go too much into it. But essentially, back to the main topic. He sees that it's Adrian that he was abusing. Literally lets go of everything, detransforms. He answers the question as to like why he was doing this to Adrian. And he literally tells him like he was too focused on doing everything he can to get Emily back that when she disappeared, he let himself go and that he was doing everything he can to let him back. Only to see that it was him that he was supposed to be protecting and he failed to do that. So now he's going to turn over his ways in order for him to, redeem himself. And they hug it out. Then Marinette transforms into Tiki again, somehow getting the jewels back because he detransformed. I guess Tiki and Plague has their own mind of their own, because as I said, they didn't care about the Guardian. I don't think I actually said this. They didn't care about the Guardian. When Wong Fu feels the Butterfly Miraculous being used, he opens and says that Plague and Tiki, it's time for you guys to find owners. We have choose them together. They run off to find their masters their own, find their owners themselves. They don't give a damn about Wong Fu. Which honestly, I like his character. I just hate how much his character gets trashed on. Because he's also seen as an insane old man, which I thought was funny, but at the same time, looking back, I'm like, damn, they really did him dirty. Anyways. Yeah, the Kwamis don't give a fuck about Wong Fu. And the Kwamis have a mind of their own. So basically, she transforms back into Ladybug, and then she fixes everything. And the whole thing that I wanted to point out is Miraculous Ladybug is known for them solving the problem at hand with their lucky charms, with their magical abilities. Ladybug's lucky charm that she calls forth, and the Kenilworth Cataclysm. During the whole hour and 47 minute long movie, they only called that once. Not only that, they also like didn't go over like the basics that when people watching the show should know. Like what is an Akuma? Well, okay, I guess they did go over what in the Akuma, but the goal of Ladybug and Kenilworth is to capture the Akuma, free it, and then stop Hawkmoth by using their lucky charms of destruction and creation. Ladybug literally only used her... She didn't even use her lucky charm at all. All she does at the end, it says, with the power of love, I will fix all the damages here. Because I didn't mention this because I kind of overslept this. But Gabriel Legras, when he transformed himself, he destroyed all of Paris. People probably died, if I'm being honest. The whole thing went up a blaze. But she just says, with the power of loving each other, we can fix it all. And then starts shooting red dust particles, magic, out of her hands. Like Elsa from Frozen. And starts creating all these buildings back. Like Elsa, who built her ice castle. Literally, the two are so similar. You can compare those two scenes, and I'm pretty sure they'd be the exact same scene. She literally just starts building everything from scratch. Cat Noir only used his Cataclysm once, and he used it to try to literally try to Cataclysm Hawkmoth, only for him to miss. And Cataclysm the Eiffel Tower, having that fall down and to cause even more chaos. He got beat up. I felt like the ending was extremely rushed. They spent a lot of time in the beginning, I guess, building up the characters, setting up like showing development, and showing like relationship between characters. And I love that. Like genuinely, that was great. But the ending literally felt so rushed. And after Ladybug fixed everything, they went to the school dance. And as I said, they basically got back the Butterfly Miraculous, gave it back to Wong Fu, and then the thing that we all wanted so long for the series, Marinette revealing that she is Ladybug to Adrian Agreste. It was a very, very cute and beautiful scene. I think that was extremely well done. I genuinely almost teared up because I was like, oh my, I was screaming so much, if I'm being honest here. I was screaming at that. I was like, oh my god, she said it. I love that. Like, so, it was such a good scene. And then, at the end, they showed another clip. I thought to myself, well, knowing the series, he also has the Butterfly Miraculous. And final cuts, Natalie gets another letter from Gabriel Agreste. I'm trusting you with the secret. Goes down, shows Emily's body with the Miraculous of the peacock around her neck. Oh my god, that's so good. Like, story setting wise, that's so good. Like, I cannot imagine a better way to set up for like a second movie than revealing that. Now the problem is with that, only those who really watch this show know exactly what that is. Because for those who don't know the show, they can probably assume like, is that another Miraculous? But for those who do know, it's like, oh my god, the Peacock Miraculous. Oh. Overall, I think the movie was really good if you don't know anything about Miraculous. But at the same time, if you don't know anything about Miraculous, the movie is also kind of confusing. Now, in terms of my opinion, I think it was kind of overrated. I wouldn't say overrated, but like, it was a bit of a letdown compared to like the actual show itself. Because they left out so much information that the show already built up. And they completely like tossed it out the window. With that being said, I do like the movie and what they did to the characters itself. Not the Kwamis. God, I hate Plague and Tiki so much. But Chloe is not so much of a bitch. Sabrina actually does what is right half the time. Marinette isn't annoying. Adrian is relatable and not a creep. Alia is kind of weird. And in Lino had the biggest character improvement in my opinion. He's actually a really chill guy now. But, with that all being said, I think you should watch it at least once and give your opinions. This is just my rant about it. I feel it's a bit of a letdown, but overall, it was still a pretty good movie. Would I watch it again? Maybe once or twice, but maybe not more than that. With that being said, thank you guys for listening for my rant. Bye.